On February 16, 2012, the life of a vivacious 25-year-old woman changed forever. Dana Vulin became a victim of a revenge attack by a drug-fueled woman who entered her apartment uninvited, threatening her before dousing her in a methylated spirit and setting her on fire. The survivor of the vicious attack, Dana Vulin, made world headlines with 65% burns to her body. In 2013, Dana was the testimonial speaker at the Momentum Forum International Women's Day as ambassador for the Kiss Violence Against Women Goodbye campaign. A year later, she shared her story on Hello Darlink for the first time without wearing the mask. Today, Dana is back on Hello Darlink for part 2 of her journey. Hello Darlink, and welcome back to the show.
Hi.
How are you feeling?
Good, yeah, really good. You?
Oh, I'm so happy you are back.
Thanks.
Dana Darlink, we celebrated the glamorous return of Dana Vulin 2 years ago when you appeared at the Pink Ribbon Ball for the first time without your mask. Tell us about your journey in the last 2 years.
God, what a start. I've been busy. Still a lot of operations, a lot of procedures, but I guess getting back into life and stuff, a lot of like charity work and speaking for anti-bullying campaigns and I guess survivors. I hosted Kalgoorlie Fashion Week, just doing things that I love again, trying to have a life. But I guess I was going to give myself 5 years of full-time recovery, so that's going to be up in February next year. So it's been a lot of recovery. I've had 3 chest replacements since, so I got a whole new chest, not boobs, new chest.
Wow.
Yeah, because I had more craters in the moon. Got a new chest, public speaking at model camp. Just I guess trying to be as happy as I can and just getting on with it.
And you recently have appeared in a 2-piece gym suit in Women's Weekly magazine.
Yeah.
And it was most incredible photo. Now, please tell us what made you decide to do it, and how was the response to the photo?
Okay, I decided to do it because, well, for starters, I didn't want to be like out and showing my scars or at the beach or something, and then somebody else take a snapshot of my scars and like them being able to release my body. Like, I decided to do it because, well, I've worked so hard on my body and my body's worked so hard for me. I've worked out every day of my burns recovery life.
Wow.
I respect my body, I respect what it's done for me, and yeah, I'm proud of it. Like, I guess I'm constantly showing my face, and the reason I hadn't shown it before is because there's still a bit of pink in it, and any bit of pink means that still has time to settle and mature, and if I'm out in the sun and there's pink, well, it can stain and not fade, which is, I'm not going to work 4.5 years to go out in the sun and just ruin all the hard work I've done.
Correct.
So I guess the timing wise is why it took so long, but yeah, I'm just proud of myself. I worked hard for that body, like, yeah, I love it.
And the response to the photo? I mean, you know, you're such an inspiration for women, people around the world. Hundreds of thousands of people are watching our initial interview on Hello Darlink. Tell us about the response to this photo where you had the courage of standing there and saying, here I am, that's me, love it or take it. What was the response?
It was amazing. Yeah, I guess it went viral, and even on my Facebook page I had nearly 140,000 views in one day. And
wow.
Not including Women's Day. The response was amazing, better than I expected. Yeah, really validating, but there were the haters, which I always get, and I feel like I've had the relentless haters my entire journey.
They're not worth mentioning, darling.
Oh, not at all. You know what? Like, honestly, all it does is like give me ammunition to fight. I read it and I laugh. It actually just makes me want to fight harder and do more. Like, for me, success has been my best revenge, and yeah, like, I literally had thick skin before. I had thick skin before I was burnt, but now I literally have thick skin. So I couldn't give 2 shits about what anyone's saying that's negative.
Wow, we come to it.
Yeah.
Dana, you have achieved the biggest burn victim one of the biggest burn victim transformations in the world in terms of results.
Yeah.
Please tell us about this journey. How many operations you had? You mentioned one on your chest.
Yeah. Okay. Well, before I answer that, I just want to say, you said burns victims.
Yeah.
I never refer to myself as a victim.
Sorry.
For me, I'm a survivor.
Yes. Okay.
victim to me is a definition. It's like such a defeated word, and I don't feel like that I'm a victim.
Great, thanks for the comment.
Oh no, that's okay.
But in terms of recovery, that's where probably it came from.
Yeah, no, it's most people say victim, and I guess I know people who are victims who not had anything done to them. So yeah.
Yes, spot on. But you know where I came from.
Yeah, of course.
So you tell us about the biggest, one of the biggest in the world recovery on burn survivors that we got it right.
Okay, I can tell you it's definitely not been something that I've done on my own. It's been a collaboration of love and effort from not only my surgeons but specialists and practitioners and my family and friends. It's a combined effort. I feel like the doctor, my surgeon, Professor Suzanne Ray, you know, one stage she said, we give you this to work up to and you go home and you work this every night. And I guess it's an effort from them, but I empowered myself and I learned everything that I could about scars and, you know, the skin and the healing process and the cycle of skin. And I tried things that weren't even relevant to burns, but theoretically, from everything I learned, I still thought it would work. And at one stage I was like, well, I'm not going to get any worse, so I may as well give everything a try. And yeah, it's definitely been a collaborated effort from family, friends and surgeons and specialists.
And of course, as you say, apart from experts, your incredible strengths. I think you mentioned once that you were like working against all odds when the doctors at the beginning would say something. And tell us viewers what you told me when we had the chat.
Well, it was about maybe a year and a bit into my burn, and I look like a peanut. Like I was like so my neck was fused, my hands like that, and I barely look recognisable as human. And I was in a clinic appointment, and my professors had said to me, "Don't ever expect to look like Dana again." And I guess scientifically and factually, everything that I had learned and all the knowledge I had acquired, I agreed with them. Like I had not seen the transformation that I wanted to see, like out there. So like I didn't think it was possible. I was that far gone. But and it sounds so cheesy, but seriously, my heart would not let me give up hope. My brain told me they're right. My heart just wouldn't let me stop fighting, and I never did, and I never will.
Rightly so. And rightly so. Dana, now we see this incredible transformation on outside. How did it change and keeps changing Dana from on inside?
Well, I guess my character, like maybe my vulgar humour and that's not changed. But what's important to me has changed. I guess I don't look at things like I used to. I do a lot more charity work. I give back a lot more. I spend a lot of my time helping others. And I guess my recovery, I even spend I feel like I was always family orientated, but it's one thing to feel like you're family orientated, but to be with your family all the time. So now I spend heaps of time with my family. I guess something like this can only change you for the better if you let it. I mean, I could have taken that path of being really bitter and upset and angry, but I guess every day that I've been alive, I've been so grateful. I'm humbled and I'm honoured for everything that I have always. So, yeah, I wake up happy every day, I guess.
You wake up happy every day. How beautiful.
Yeah.
And you're in the process of finishing a book that will be published soon with a working title, Dana Vulin, Fire Within.
Yeah.
What made you decide to write the book, and what will the book be about and will focus on?
I guess, well, the book it's focusing on the story. Like, there's a lot of things that people don't know about my story, and for the first year and a half before the trial, I wasn't allowed to say boo. I didn't speak to the media at all because I wanted to make the trial as transparent and appeal-proof as possible. So I guess there's a lot of like scandal and just rumours and stuff out there about me, and I never got to have a voice. Like, I never got to tell people how I was feeling about what came out when and what was said and what was going through my head, or I never got to correct things that were incorrect. I never got to tell people that the entire trial was 9 days of evidence that rained on her versus her on the stand with not a single piece of paper, like not a single evidence, not a single piece of paper for evidence, and not a single witness. Like 9 days of evidence that rained on her. I just think I never got people to hear my voice. And I guess there's so many highs and lows, and things that you'd never understand about a burn that people are going to get to see. And you know what? It's going to be juicy. It's going to be funny. It's going to be sad. It's just going to be a tell-all that a lot of people don't know about. This is things that I've kept close to my heart on purpose because I guess I want it to be heard in the Dana tone. But yeah.
Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
Dana, do you ask yourself sometimes, why me? Why did it happen to me?
I used to. I used to ask, why me? I asked it a lot to the point where I found an answer in myself. And that answer was because I could handle it. And I feel like now this sounds so weird, everything I've ever done in my life, that Dana spark that I've had in my eye has been, like since birth, has been for this moment, has been so I can help people and show people the way. Otherwise it would have just been a waste. And I don't know, I do feel like it's my birthright.
There's a saying that I'm probably rephrased now a little bit. You only know how strong you are when strength becomes your only option.
Yeah.
How do you find your strengths? What motivates you most?
I guess obviously my family and my respect and love for them and my friends and all the help they've given me, and the surgeons. But also, initially it started off as a kind of like, well, I woke up and I decided from that moment I woke up from the coma, I wanted to live. I remember my sister being like, oh, Dana, like so worried. She's like, I'm so worried. She was genuinely worried that I wanted to kill myself.
Oh my God.
And I think that was a worry with my whole family. And I said to her, like, I couldn't even hold her hand. I looked and I was like, you don't have to worry about me. Like, I made that decision to survive. And I guess I made it and I was going to stick to it. If I'm going to live, I'm going to live a happy life. And also there was the whole, like, success is my best revenge. And I guess that was one of my initial reasons for fighting. And then I got scandalised and it was just like, I wanted to show everyone up, like, you can't bring me down. I will not let anyone bring me down but me. But then it kind of went from that to, after I started being so proud about who I am and what I've done and being proud about my scars on my body, it became a thing of all the help that like I was giving to other people around the world. And I mean, I was tens of thousands of messages from people around the world weekly. I mean, I couldn't even keep up with it. And I said, I remember quoting saying, you know, I'm just going to own, like, take selfies, show my scars and just own it. And so many people from around the world sent me selfies in, like, dresses and stuff, showing their scars and showing their body and being like, you know, and quoting me, I'm just going to own it, I'm going to love my body. And the impact it had was amazing. And the more that I impacted people, the more that I was able to help people, the more it fed me. And I guess I just got hungry to help, and that's how it all escalated.
What a great hunger to have.
Yeah.
Dana, in 4 years journey, in this incredibly heavy journey, the highlight of the 4 years up to now? The happiest moment of 4-year journey?
I guess there's not one happiest moment. Again, there's my nephew and niece being born. But you have big goals, but when you're in such a big burn recovery, it's the little things. Like, I couldn't eat myself, show myself. Like, I remember being able to wipe my own ass for the first time when it was a party. We were all so excited. Yeah, so it's the little goals, being able to wipe my own ass, shower myself, brush my teeth, feed myself. Even, I remember touching my head for the first time. After a year and a bit, I was like, I finally touched it. It wasn't even a normal like this. It was the stupidest touch ever, but I was so happy and everyone was so happy because I'd worked so hard. And, you know, I said I might not be able to hold a pen ever again. And I was just like, I don't know, you just can't tell me no. I don't know if it's my rebellious side or I don't know what it is, but I feel like my character was made for this.
Wow.
Yeah.
So Dana, what can we expect from Dana Vulin in the near future?
In the near future? I guess...
In the future, whichever you prefer.
Okay, so my book, hopefully
right.
that'll be finished by the end of the year. I shoot the cover in December and then it'll come out early next year. obviously continuing being an ambassador for Kissing Violence Against Women Goodbye.
Thank you.
And just continuing to help others as much as I can and doing philanthropy and charity and volunteer work. But I guess a lot more inspirational speaking, and I just want to live life. I want to live. I don't want to be stuck in the hospital system. I want to live. I want to love. I want to one day be married and have kids. I guess I'm that kind of person that if I get to a stage of life and I haven't met Mr. Right, I'm still going to try have a kid, like IVF, or whether it's adoption, IVF. Like, it's something I want. It's, yeah.
If you had a magic wand, what would you wish for?
For myself or for others?
Up to you. You've got the magic wand. 2 wishes.
Okay.
One for others, one for yourself.
I think I would eradicate hate, which is like, because hate is so many things. To hate someone is to cause them violence, and I don't want violence against anyone, of course, which is something to support. But like, I was set on fire because of someone's, I guess, hatred, and so many bad things are done in the world because of hatred. I'd eradicate hatred and disease, probably, but health for everyone I love and happiness.
And for yourself?
Yeah.
And the second wish for yourself?
For myself, just health and happiness as well.
Let's drink to it.
Cheers.
Dana, we wish you all of it, and thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
sharing your story.
Thank you
you.
for having me.
Best of happiness.